I want you to imagine these choices for a second. It's around 8 a.m. in the morning, your alarm's ringing. Should you wake up and get your day started, or should you stay in bed? I mean, like 5 minutes won't really matter in the long run, right? You're at the grocery store. Should you get vegetables or should you get potato chips? I mean, if you pick one or the other, I don't think it'll affect you that much, right? A few chips won't hurt. What about the stock market? You invest your money into it. Should you sell or should you leave your money? You aren't sure whether it's going to go up or whether it's going to go down. Now, these situations I just showed you are choices. You make over $35,000 a day. They're literally what shapes your lives. They decide whether you're going to be successful or whether you're going to be a homeless bum. Choices can be something as simple as deciding what color shirt to wear one morning, to something as complex as whether you ask your crush out or not. It can make or break your lives. Now, most choices aren't super important. Like, it doesn't matter if you wear a blue shirt or if you wear a black shirt one morning. But there's certain choices that can make or break your lives. These choices include whether to take a test or something, which classes to take in college, where to go for college, which jobs to do, whether to be responsible or irresponsible, budgeting, a plethora of things. But these 0.1% of choices are the difference between life and death, the difference between success and failure. Now, to understand the importance of choices, let's take a trip down memory lane. When I was around 6, we would go to the store called Kirana. It was basically an Indian grocery store. But the thing was, this Kirana store was really far away. It was like an hour and a half away. Not good for my family. So we would only really go once or twice a month. That too if it was really necessary. So every time we went, it was a really big occasion for me. Because I got to choose one thing from the coveted snack aisle. I could choose biscuits, cakes, cookies, a bunch of things. Now, every time I went there, I would spend 10, 15, 20 minutes just deciding what to get. Because this one choice would have to last me until our next visit. And I didn't know when that was. Because, my 6-year-old brain perceived 2 weeks as 2 years. Now, whenever I got in front of the cookies and the cakes, I would stand there. I would weigh my options. I would think, the cookies will last me for a second. They'll taste good multiple times. I could dip them in milk. But the cake, it'll provide me one-time satisfaction. But that one time will be so good. It'll taste so nice, that pineapple, the cherries. Right? I always stood there, waiting for 20 minutes, just deciding whether I got cake or cookies. Eventually, I would decide, but in the end, I would always be angry with my decision. This specific time, I took too long. My mom actually came up to me and was like, "No, I'm gonna take something for you because you're not deciding fast enough." She grabbed the cookies, went to checkout, and we were in the car. In my brain, I began thinking, how did my mom decide so fast? I sat there weighing my options for 20 minutes, but my mom walked up, grabbed something, and then walked away. Did she just not care? Now, why am I telling you this story? Well, I want to emphasize that decisions, whether big or small, are really hard to make. Decisions are never easy, okay? Because you don't know whether they're going to be big or whether they're going to be small until you make them. You can't predict the future. No one can, right? So you should try to maximize your decisions. Make sure you're picking good decisions. Now, humans, the way they work is that the more decisions they have, the more freedom they feel. If I give you 5 decisions, you wouldn't feel as free as if you had 10 or 15 or 100, right? Freedom is literally defined by the number of decisions we get to make. In North Korea, you don't even get to decide what your haircut could be. But here we can, and we define this as freedom, right? Now, I want you to imagine making a decision like a tree almost. Your first decision will lead to 2 more, and then those 2 will lead to 4 more, etc., right? But this means that every time we make one decision, the other half of the tree is cut out. So if we pick this tree, if we pick this option, then we can never go down this path, right? Unless we go down the other direction. And that's different. So now I want you to imagine the top of the tree as good and the bottom of the tree as bad. Your good decisions are like eating healthy, waking up on time, going to the gym. Your bad decisions are like binging Netflix, eating unhealthy food like chips, cookies, etc., or not going to the gym and being lazy. Now, from this, we can see that one good decision leads to another good decision, and the more good decisions you make, the harder it is to make a bad decision, right? So if you just start off with something simple, something small, like drinking a glass of water in the morning or making your bed in the morning, that will effectively improve the way your day goes. It'll be like an exponential curve. We understand the tree. Let's talk about how this can help you become more productive. How can this help you get into the flow state, finish your homework faster, or even start a business, do something good for yourself. Now, what we need to understand here is that one good decision will lead to another good decision, will lead to another good decision. Basically, maximizing the good choices in your life will only make your life better. So, for this, if you just imagine you have a big test coming up, like an AP test or finals. Like, if you're in college, high school, whatever. Now, you're given a choice. Binge watch Netflix, or should you study your notes, or study Khan Academy or something? Now, if you remember what we figured out beforehand, that good choices lead to more good choices, the best option here would be to go study instead of binging Netflix. Because once we get down that bad path of binging Netflix, it'll lead to more and more stuff. Like binging Netflix may lead to watching your phone for an hour. Then that may lead to talking to your sibling for an hour. That may lead to you going outside or something. Right? Not productive stuff. But if we were to start studying, then that may lead us to watching a YouTube video about whatever we're studying about. Or that may lead us to talk to one of our friends and review with them. Or it may lead us to study a Quizlet. Or whatever, right? So basically what I'm trying to get across here is that one good decision will lead to another. And if this good decision involves studying, this will lead to an overall increase in your productivity. Now, the video is about to end. But the number one thing I want you to get from this video is to make good choices. Good choices will lead to more good choices and overall will improve your life. If you make one bad choice, that won't hurt you. But don't make many in a row. I get it that bad choices lead to more bad choices, but try to stop the chain as fast as you can. Choices are something that'll be like a long run, okay? You need to make continuous effort. You can't just make one good choice and expect it to be over. If you start a business and you have to continuously delegate it, you can't just end the business after the first week of profit, right? Thank you for watching, and if you want to make a good choice today, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like on this video.